Tom Markella. Welcome to Fan Addict. Now, early in the 2003 season, the Sox were already a good team, but you never guess who was hanging around with them. The old pride of Mizzou, the Kansas City Royals. And if you know anything about the Royals, and I think I do, you just knew that this one would be a barn burner.
And good evening again, everybody. A lovely evening tonight from Fenway Park. The lights are on, and there's high blue skies here at Fenway as we take a look at the Kansas City Royals starting lineup tonight. It is Michael Tucker at the top of the order in right field. Joe Randa at third base, bats second. Carlos Beltran at center field with Mike Sweeney at first base. Raul Abanez in left. Ken Harvey, the rookie DH, bats sixth. Desi Relaford at second base, bats seventh. Brent Maine does the catching, batting eighth. And Angel Baroja at shortstop, batting ninth.
The Red Sox are fourth in the league in defense. They've made 15 errors in 26 games. Bill Miller at third base. Nomar the shortstop. Todd Walker at second. And Jay Hillenbrand at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Damian Jackson, and Kevin Millar. Jason Veritek behind the plate. And on the mound, right-handed Derek Lowe. This will be start number 6. The record stands at 3-2. Derek coming off a very tough outing. 2 innings last time out against Texas and 7 earned runs. The one positive thing for Lowe, he's been very tough here at home. 2-0 at Fenway Park. They have not scored upon him yet in 12 innings. And against Kansas City, 1-3 in lifetime with 4 saves. He will not get the save in the game tonight.
Let's take a look at the umpires. Larry Poncino in behind the plate. Phil Cuzzi at first. Jerry Crawford at second. And Brian O'Nora, the umpire, at third.
Let's check the game notes brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. The Royals 16 wins this month. That ties the club record from back in '89. Red Sox 17 wins this month. Club record is 18. That was in April of 1998. And at Fenway Park this season, 8-2, 312 batting average and 383 on base percentage.
Michael Tucker in there, and the first pitch of the ball game in there for a strike. Tucker at 275, 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. And chop it in the general direction of the Red Sox dugout, beyond it into the photographer's well. 54 degrees to begin the ball game tonight. A little bit different than our temperature last night. It was 73 degrees to begin the contest last night.
It's actually warmer now than it was about 2 hours ago. That breeze was blowing straight in from center field, but now it's blowing out toward the left field wall.
Evens up at 2-2 to Michael Tucker. Derek Lowe with a 3-2 record coming into tonight's action. Hoping that returning to Fenway will bring him back to his winning ways as Tucker skies it to left down towards the corner for Ramirez. Reached the catch route number 1 as he drifted back onto the track. We're available. Tonight's broadcast can be heard in Spanish by using the SAP function on your TV set.
Buenas noches, amigos. Disfruten el juego.
One down, it brings up Joe Randa, the third baseman. Randa off to a terrific start at 320, 5 homers and 13 runs batted in. Derek Lowe took the loss last time out of 16-5. Set back against the Texas Rangers. Hillenbrand ranging to his right. Needs Lowe, who's there plenty of time. And Joe Randa is disposed of. 2 down.
Jay Hillenbrand playing well off that first base line against Joe Randa, and a long underhand pass to Derek Lowe covering first base for the out. How far off that bag that Hillenbrand is. That looked like a routine ground ball as a second baseman. The Derek Lowe defense out there tonight. Hillenbrand at first. Billy Miller at third.
Looks a lot like the Tim Wakefield defense from last night.
Yes, it does.
That's in there for a strike to Carlos Beltran. Beltran hitting just 176, began the year in the DL, working his way back. Chop towards third. Miller takes the hop and guns to first in plenty of time. The nifty 1-2-3 inning for Derek Lowe out of the gate tonight. Kansas City gets nothing. Red Sox coming up from Fenway. Back at Fenway, the Royals don't score in the top of the first. Red Sox coming to the plate in the bottom of the first. Bill Miller at the top of the order. Todd Walker at second. Garcia-Parra at short. Ramirez in left. Millar in right. Hillenbrand at first base. Ortiz the DH. Varitek does the catching. And Damian Jackson in center field as Johnny Damon gets the night off. Nothing wrong with Johnny. His great little giving him the night off. And Damon really not overly happy to be out of the lineup tonight.
Here are the numbers for Darrell May, still looking for his first win of the season. He was 4-10 a year ago with Kansas City. He had a tough outing his last time out against Toronto. He only lasted 2 2/3, giving up 4 earned runs. Spent 4 years playing in Japan before returning to the Royal organization.
Slashes at it, fouling it down the right field line. 1-2 to the Red Sox third baseman. Off to a terrific start with his new ball club, a .300 average coming into tonight's action. And it's not only what he has done with the bat, but what he's been able to do from a defensive standpoint. Evens up at 2-2 now to Miller. Anyway, Johnny Damon, I think a little disappointed to find himself out of the lineup and healthy. A guy who wants to play every day, no doubt about it, and played through a lot of injuries last year. But now you have a chance to give Johnny Damon some time off from time to time with a guy like Damian Jackson on the team. And there were some who felt that Johnny got tired last year. He did not enjoy the second half that he had the first half last year. And now really little could afford the chance to sit him on occasion. Bill Miller drives this to deep left field. Backhand up off. Looks like it's gone above the wall, and it is. Miller will get the good news as he arrives at second. He can come all the way around, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0. Just above the wall, and a kick back in. The first ball of that type here at Fenway, but it is a solo home run for Bill Miller.
Yeah, you can see on top of that wall there is a very small platform that goes back toward the seat, and apparently this fly ball hits right on the top of that. It's almost like a little table section you can see right there. And it caroms back onto the field. One more look. Yep, clearly over that wall and a home run. There'll be some tough calls out there because of that, I think, during the course of the season.
You got to credit Jerry Crawford who made the call. It was about a step or two towards left center, but got out there pretty quickly. And still, that's a good distance. And he was able to identify the fact that it got up over that wall. But that is going to be a tough call. Look how high that is. Yeah, 3 inches maybe?
That area right there, that's probably where it hit against this and then carried back onto the field.
The first home run in a Red Sox uniform for Bill Miller. There's Todd Walker. Walker at 286. He has 2 home runs in a Red Sox uniform. Chop towards Relaford at second base on to Sweeney, and there's the first out of the inning.
Maybe the rest of the defense for the Royals. Joe Rander at third, Angel Baroja, the shortstop, Desi Relaford at second, and Mike Sweeney at first. Raul Ibanez, Carlos Beltran, and Michael Tucker in the outfield. Brent Maine behind the plate tonight, and of course, Darrell May doing the pitching.
One down here is Nomar, checking in at 275 homers and 13 runs batted in. Garcia-Parra has been very hot. 5 for his last 10 in the last 2 games. After breaking an 0-4-19 slump with a 3rd inning single on Sunday to get this new trend started. The final game of the Anaheim series. So bounces in and gets a piece of Larry Poncino, home-plate umpire.
Red Sox are not going to see overpowering stuff from May. He's got the fastball. It'll be in the upper 80s, breaking ball and changeup. Big league time in Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Anaheim. Then he toured through Japan for 4 seasons. Back to Kansas City.
sends it foul off the right side up into the skybox seats on the first base side. Let's grab up there in the first row. Nicely done.
What's that Eddie Beneducci, what's his name?
In the right center field, falling fast. That'll drop in for a base hit. Nomar's aboard with one down. Danny Bonaducci, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think so. The guy that used to be in a Partridge Family?
Yeah, the little guy.
Bloop out here by Garcia Parra. He continues to hit. 3 hits last night. Now the base hit here tonight.
He's on a TV show now. He's doing kind of the male side of
him and the young guy, Dick Clark.
Dick Clark, who looks better every year.
I saw him in a celebrity boxing thing, Beneducci, or whatever his name is, once.
Did he get his butt kicked?
No, he kicked the other guy's butt, the other guy that was on that show, I think.
Here's Manny. There goes Nomar. The go-go Garcia Parra. This time is gunned out at second base. Had a theft last night and feeling a little frisky as he headed towards second, trying to steal another base, but is gunned down by Brent Mayne.
Garcia Parra with 3 steals, but now has been caught twice. Perfect throw by Brent Mayne right on the bag. Well, that's a great throw for the second baseman. They handle the ball just right there. All you can do is apply the tag. Can't make a better throw than that.
Brent Mayne, 7 out of 11 at 64%. An outstanding ratio right out of the gate for the Royals catcher. Let me ask you this. Was it frowned upon when you would run in some of those instances with guys like Rice and some of those guys behind you?
Oh, yeah. I always said I had the green light on the road, but the yellow light here at home. Run with caution. You did not want to get thrown out at second base with those guys hitting behind you. And that was just Don Zimmer's theory at that time. Obviously, we can see that Grady doesn't care about it. He wants Nomar to be more aggressive. But there are times, obviously, in certain situations, don't want to run when Manny's out. I wouldn't say this is the stage of the game, though. Go ahead and be aggressive.
Well, the Red Sox coming into tonight's action at 17-9. They picked up a game on the Yankees last night. 3 games back in New York. And here is at first, the first walk given up by Darrell May tonight. Here's Kevin Millar. Millar getting the start in right field against the left-hander. This one gets away from Maine briefly. Manny trying for second. He gets in. Manny broke right away. Yep. And aggressively gets to second.
That's great base running, and I'll tell you why. Anytime as a runner on first, you see that ball's going to be in the dirt, you just take off and go, because it's 50-50, that guy's going to come up clean. And that's just real good base running. As soon as Manny saw that ball hit the dirt, he takes off for second base. The catcher can't handle it, and he's in scoring position. Teams work on that. Players work on that in spring training.
Millar waiting on the 1-0 from Darrell May. That kind of play is something that I'm not sure we would have seen last year from Manny Ramirez. This year it seems from the get-go in spring training that he's had that kind of aggressiveness on the base paths.
Well, the little episode in Tampa last year may have made a difference.
Millar hits it hard, but on the ground to Angel Baroa, who throws him out and retires the side. Red Sox leave a runner in scoring position, but the first home run in a Red Sox uniform for Bill Miller as the Red Sox on top 1-0.
Let's do a Fanatic fast forward and pick up the action later in the game.
Welcome back to Fenway Park, everybody. Red Sox with the 1-0 advantage as we get ready for the third inning. This is Earl Martin Phelan who joins us. He is the CEO for Bell. The Red Sox now in a new partnership with Bell. Can you tell us a little bit about the program?
Sure. Bell runs programs, after school enrichment programs for elementary school children who are struggling a little bit in school, give them mentorship, positive support, and helps them get off to a great academic start.
The Red Sox have become involved as well, and I understand you guys are still looking for some sponsorship in that area.
We absolutely are. We're having a big event called Field of Dreams right here at Fenway on May 8th, and we're looking for more sponsors. We've been fortunate to have Fleet and Hancock and Fidelity step forward, but we're looking for more supporters or individuals who want to come out and enjoy the night and support children.
I understand there's a big function coming up at the ballpark. We've got a lot of celebrities coming in, an auction,
Some celebrities, political figures. Is going to be Oxen Black Tie Dinner right here on May 8th at Fenway.
And reading some of the things that we got beforehand, knowing we're going to do the interview, it's amazing how many kids have been touched by this. And I was amazed just talking to you a moment ago. We're going on for 10 years. Yeah,
we've been fortunate. I mean, Bella's been around for 10 years. It's touched the lives of 5,000 children in Boston, New York, and D.C. Started here as a community service project at Harvard Law School and has just grown and continues to grow.
This is Desi Relaford. That's 7th in the Kansas City order, with Boston on top 1-0 here in the third. We're visiting with Earl Martin Phelan, the CEO of Bell. In the air to left field, Manny looking back. This one's going to get over his head and one off the wall. Ramirez will gun it back in, and hitting head first in is Desi Relaford, the first hit tonight for Kansas City after Derek Lowe had retired the first 6.
Now Desi Relaford in the lineup tonight because he's had pretty good success against Lowe. 3 for 6 coming into the game. And opposite field here with the line drive up over the head of Ramirez. Remember, Manny plays very shallow, which is a good thing to do here in Fenway, but really had no chance to get back and make that play.
Bring up the catcher, Brent Main, with the runner at second, nobody out. Well, now, does this program run year-round, or is it just a summer thing for kids?
This program is both after school and summer, so it really provides that year-round support to give children academic boost, mentorship. It's in 17 schools, and really just helps children feel good about themselves and realize they can make it to college if they work hard.
How long have you guys been involved in the Boston area? Has that been 10 years as well?
Boston area has been 10 years that we've been providing this support to children. What's really great about the Red Sox Scholars Program is now it's going to give scholarships, college scholarships, to our graduating 5th graders.
To second base, and Brent Main is retired, but with the ground ball to the right side, on to third goes Desi Relaford.
Yeah, productive out by Brent Main, and at second base, pull the ball to the right side on the ground and get that man to third with less than 2 outs. Early in the game, Red Sox will play the infield back. Just about how many kids, you have any idea, are involved in the program here in the Boston area?
Yep, there are right now 1,000 elementary school children that are involved in the program. Last year they started an average 5 months below grade level, ended the year 3 months above grade level, so it's really helping children get off to a good start.
I think I need some help.
You definitely need some mentoring, I think. Angel Baroa, the shortstop, bats with 1 out. Yeah, slice it foul off the right side. Are you able to track some of these kids that have grown up in the 10-year process, see what they're doing, how they're getting along?
We absolutely have. Last year we did a Where's Our First Class Now. 100% of our first class of scholars is now in college.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
Amazing thing.
50% of them were the first ones in their family ever to make it to college, so it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet a lot of those kids didn't think they had a chance at college.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This one up and in, and gets Angel Baroa. Hit by the pitch, and the Royals will have runners at the corners with 1 out. How can companies become involved? What do they do if they want to become part of a sponsor or be a sponsor of Bell?
Absolutely. If a sponsor wants to get involved, they can call us at 781-639-1952 and ask how they can become a sponsor. There's still more time. The event's May 8th. They can join State Street and Hale and Door and the Boston Globe and so many others in supporting Boston's children.
Can they contact the Red Sox as well?
And they can absolutely contact the Red Sox as well.
Here's Michael Tucker, the top of the Kansas City order. Hit one to the track down the left field line his first time up. As he gets his second look at Derek Lowe.
How did you become involved?
I was actually one of the co-founders. I was at Harvard Law School when it grew as just a small community service project with 20 children.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's come a long way.
So there has to be a great deal of personal satisfaction that comes from you. And this is line to left. Ramirez can't get it. In from third comes Desi Relaford to tie the game. And heading for second base with an RBI double goes Michael Tucker. Now a 4-game hitting streak for him as Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to
lefties are taken against Lowe. They're just trying to move the ball the other way. And will bring 1 run home.
For second base with an RBI double goes Michael Tucker. Now a 4-game hitting streak for him as Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to tie the game 1. As Relaford comes in to
lefties are taken against Lowe. They're just trying to move the ball the other way. And
Royals will take the 2-1 lead. As from third came Baroa. So Lowe got the ground ball, but unfortunately the Royals pull ahead.
Well, we certainly wish you luck and a lot of success, and hopefully we'll have a lot more of those kids going to college.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, and hope folks will come out on May 8th and support Field of Dreams.
Thanks for joining us.
Take care.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck. A terrific program. And we will get that number again, hopefully for the end of the game from Earl. If there's anybody interested in the Boston area, sponsoring a terrific cause. Carlos Beltran grounded out to third base his first time. This time he'll send it Hillenbrand's way, and he'll jog to first ahead of the runner to retire the side. But Kansas City comes up with 2, and they pull ahead 2-1 at the end of 2.5. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back at Fenway as Bill Miller sends this to left center field. Over is Ibanez, who runs it down this time just shy of the warning track, and Bill Miller is retired.
Well, each time the Red Sox catch a run of stealing on Nesson this season, you can enter to win a LoJack stolen vehicle recovery system for your car or truck at boston.com/Nesson. Simply enter the date, opponent, and the run of the Red Sox caught stealing at boston.com, and you'll be entered in the LoJack caught stealing sweepstakes.
One down here is Todd Walker, grounded out to second base his first time. Kansas City with a pair of runs in the top half of the third to pull ahead 2-1 against Derek Lowe, who cruised through the first 2, retiring 6 in a row, but a leadoff double by Desi Relaford got the inning started. Hit a batter with 1 out. The runners would score in the inning, Relaford and Baroa. And Kansas City on top now 2-1. Todd Walker's hit safely in each of his last 9 starts. 0 for 1 so far tonight as he grounded out to second base his first time up. In the air to center field, Carlos Beltran. 2 down.
Well, before the game, Baskin-Robbins was nice enough to bring up a ice cream cake to the booth. They're run by Dunkin' Donuts, and Dunkin' Donuts sponsored that Nomar giveaway shirt tonight. But nice of them to bring up the ice cream cake, and everybody up in the press rows enjoying some of that. I think. Why not?
I think that's what it didn't filter its way down here to me, which I'm a little disappointed about. As this one to Nomar misses for ball 1. 6 hits in his last 11 at-bats for Garcia Parra, including a single in the first inning tonight. Sends it in the air left side. Baroa, the shortstop calling for it, makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3. Last of the third inning. Red Sox gone, and they trail 2-1 at the end of 3. Back at Fenway, ready for the top of the 4th inning. Royals on top 2-1. It'll be Mike Sweeney, Raul Ibanez, and Ken Harvey to bat here in the top of the 4th inning. Derek Lowe giving up 2 runs last inning. Last win for Lowe was on April 19th against Toronto, a 7-2 Boston victory. In a game that Derek kind of struggled in, but got good run support. And admittedly battled himself that night. Sweeney's had good success against Derek at 4-17. accustomed last year to seeing Derek Lowe go deep into his outings. This season he has gone to the 7th inning only one time. That was the Baltimore victory here at Fenway in a 2-0 shutout. The shortest outing obviously was his last time out, the 2+ innings in which he surrendered 6 hits and 7 runs against the Texas Rangers. Now the 1-2 to Sweeney. Evens up at 2-2. Derek's now 29 years of age. His 5th full season with the Red Sox. Since he was put into the Boston rotation after being in the bullpen, 25-9 ever since. With a 2.61 earned run average in 42 starts. Ball 4 to Mike Sweeney. Just the first walk of the night for Derek Lowe. Second straight inning that the Royals have had the lead man on. Time now for the Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
And the question tonight: what 2 AL teams have gone the longest without winning a division title? I have the answer for you in the next half inning. Here is Raul Ibanez, who grounded out to first base. First time up. And take strike 1. Ibanez over the last 3 games, 6 for 12. He's now hit safely in his last 3 games. As he has caught fire. Fouls it off the left side. Down 0-2.
Now we'll see if as this game goes on what kind of game Tony Pena is going to manage against Lowe. Most managers, when they get a chance, will send guys in motion to try to stay away from that double play. Obviously 0-2. Not the ideal situation for it. But do you see guys running a lot? Ground ball pitcher. Try to open up a hole in the infield and stay away from the deuce.
To Ibanez. Off the outside edge, Veritek tried to bring it back. 2-2.
Yeah, Lowe tried the changeup on the 1-2 count, just missed outside. Veritek pulling it in, trying to frame that pitch, but Dancina, the home plate umpire, not quite biting.
Up and away, and that's a full count. Lowe is ahead 0-2, but it's gone full circle now. Full count to Ibanez.
And you would think that he'd have Sweeney going here on the 3-2 count.
There he goes, and it's a broken bat grounder that ends up twisting its way foul.
I completely lost that. I was watching the bat that was going down the first base line. I said, how come nobody's going to feel the ball? Well, the ball was down the third base line. There's that slice of bat heading down first, and it goes to baseball with plenty of spin on it.
Ibanez has a brand new bat, and the count the same, a full count. Sweeney had been off with the pitch. There he goes again, and this is in the air to center field. Damian Jackson back and under for out number 1, and Sweeney will work his way back to the bag at first with 1 down. That's one thing I think that made Lou Merloni a little bit expendable, was the fact that Damian Jackson could play center field and play shortstop. do both and run, and it seemed to give him a little bit more use as far as utility guy goes in that area, something the Red Sox had not had last year. Really wasn't a backup situation for Nomar, and clearly was not a backup situation for Damon, although Nixon played there some. But Damian Jackson gives you both those opportunities, and we've seen what he can do at the end of games as far as a base running threat.
Yeah, he just gives you a little more. You know, Lowe obviously second base, shortstop, could play third base. A good hitter and did a solid job for the Red Sox in the utility role. This guy just brings a little bit more to the table. You mentioned the speed, which is key. We've seen that on a couple of occasions at the end of games for the Red Sox, pinch running, stealing bases, and also the ability to play in the outfield. We saw him throw somebody out at home plate earlier this year. He's already got 2 assists from the outfield.
This is Ken Harvey, the DH, struck out swinging his first time up. 344 minor league games over 3 seasons at 328. It's pretty good numbers, get him to the big leagues. And among the league leaders among rookies in a lot of offensive categories. The Red Sox and Dunkin' Donuts for dropping off our Nomar Garciaparra 5 Dunkin' Donuts shirts. That's right, that's tonight, isn't it?
That's correct, Don. And you should put that on maybe and wear it either during the game or on the way home.
I might. It may be a little warmer than I am right now.
They're everywhere. Those shirts.
1-2 to Ken Harvey. On the ground, backhanded nicely by Miller to second for 1. On to first, around the horn, nicely initiated by Bill Miller. Gone are the Royals in the top of the 4th. We played 3.5. KC on top 2-1. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back at Fenway. Bill Miller with a nifty double play started from his third base spot to end last inning. Let's take a look at the numbers. Well, Bill had a leadoff home run back in the first inning, his first in a Red Sox uniform. Tucker an RBI double, and Randa grounded out to drive in the second. Kansas City run that has the Royals on top 2-1. Lowe's given up 2 over 4 innings, and Darrell May 3 innings giving up a run. Manny Ramirez to lead it off. 1-0. Twisted his way in. Did he go? We'll check in. No, says Phil Cuzzy. And hitting at .337 coming into tonight. That batting average still intact as he walked his first time up in the first inning. Sox for 4 seasons from 90 through 93. It seems like he was here so much longer as Manny sends it to left. Ibanez is moving over, has it in his sights, and there's the first out. It seemed like Tony Pena had much more of an impact here, much more beyond the 4 years that he was actually here.
Well, he never stopped talking for the 4 years. Maybe that's what it sounded like. He was here longer than that. Tony probably couldn't go 2 minutes without getting on somebody or talking. I mean, he just a joy to be around. He loved being around the ballpark, loved playing the game.
I was an intern that year in 1990, which would have been his second year. Actually, it was his first year. It was 1990. And he couldn't have been nicer.
Who were you an intern for?
I was an intern for Joe Castiglione and Bob Starr that year. For a statistician. Yeah, I used to get your lineup on occasion.
You never got my lineup.
Fouled off the right side. And everyone was kind of nice to me. You know, your intern, that's how you get to know people. You know, that's a great judge of how to know people. If people blow you off in big league, you're an intern. That shows you a little bit. Tony Pena was great to me. You, on the other hand, couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, that's correct.
Actually, you were very nice. But anyway, Tony Pena was terrific. And you could just tell, as an outsider looking in, that he was a guy that kept everybody loose in his playing career. Did
Castiglione make out his lineup card for him and stuff like that?
Joe was high maintenance. Yeah, he was very difficult. I worked with Ken Coleman and Joe in '89 as the statistician, and Joe and Bob Starr in 1990. Joe's trying to piece it together why he's on right now. 2-2, just missing. And it's a full count. It's a pretty cool job. Statistician, you get to go to all the games, sit in between the announcers.
That sounds great.
3-2. Swung on and missed by Millar. Second strikeout for Darrell May, and there's 2 down. Time now, just in time, the athletic trivia question and our answer. What 2 AL teams have gone the longest without winning a division title? The Angels and Royals. Angels in '79, the Royals in '85. And it has been a while for Kansas City, and it is early. Right now they're on top of the AL Central. Sweeney heading towards the seats. Overran it, and then some. Wanted to make sure that he got over there. He got over there, but overran it by some 10 feet.
Yeah, I guess his first decision was to get to the stands as quick as possible, then try to pick up the baseball, and when he did pick it up, it was way over his head. Actually looks like he's looking at it all the way, but just misjudged it, and the second baseman was nowhere to be found for any help. He had too far to go. Plus that graphic, the Angels won the World Series, but they went in as a wild card to win the World Series a year ago.
Rembrandt riding an 11-game hitting streak, looking for his first hit tonight. He grounded out to second base. And pop up into shallow right. Relaford ducking back. And the Royals second baseman there to make the catch. 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th. We played 4. Kansas City on top 2-1.
Pick up the action a little later in the game.
2-1 Kansas City as we go to the 6th. Stay tuned after the game for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, New England's Red Sox postgame show with extra highlights, extra interviews, and extra analysis hosted by Bob Rogers and a new lineup of studio analysts. After the last inning, the action is just beginning.
Top of the order, and Michael Tucker, who's 1 for 2, is double in the 3rd inning, drove in a run, and Tucker now with 9 RBIs on the season from the top spot in the Royals order. If the start for the Kansas City Royals, whether or not they're for real, coming out of the gate at 17-6. As this one sent to left field pretty well. Ramirez will make the running catch. Manny Ramirez, a good break, and that one kept bending away from him, but despite all of that, Manny with the catch for out number 1.
Now he's had a couple tonight that have gone over his head out there in left field. This time Ramirez gets a great jump on contact off the bat. Now off the bat of the left hand, this ball's going to come back toward Ramirez, spin back toward him, which helps him make that catch over the shoulder.
One down, 6 in a row retired by Derek Lowe, and it brings up Joe Randa, who has grounded out twice in the game. His first year in the major leagues back in 1995, originally with the Kansas City Royals. Spent a season in Pittsburgh, 1 in Detroit, then came back to the Kansas City Royals. He was originally an 11th round pick of the Royals back in 1991.
I remember Detroit. I don't remember the National League.
Pittsburgh in 1997.
97.
Had a very good year. 126 games. He hit .302 with the Pirates. Martek framing it again. But to no avail. In 99 actually worked for ESPN as a radio analyst during the playoffs. Anybody can do it. 2-2 in the air to right field. In comes Millar. He's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Strange for Derek. 3 ground ball outs in the 5th, 2 fly ball outs. Actually 1 line drive and 1 fly ball here in the 6th inning. I didn't miss that comment, Don. It didn't sneak by. It's okay. It's okay.
2 down for Carlos Beltran. 0 for 2. He's got it out twice. Foul off the left side. 0-2 to Beltran.
And Beltran got a late start to the season. He missed time early with a strained right oblique muscle. It's kind of similar to what Chad Fox has. Chad's on the left side.
Actually, the last pitch that he threw in Anaheim on Sunday night that gave him that problem. I guess if there was a silver lining to the situation, there's nothing wrong with his arm after all the surgeries that Chad Fox has had in the past. Just a muscle pull, but not sure how bad it is as of yesterday anyway. We'll not hear much more about it today. Grady Lowe.
It's a very painful injury. You know, it has a tendency to keep guys out of the lineup a lot longer than you would think. Tough place to heal.
Really can't do too much in the meantime. Get into the Boston dugout in a hurry. Robert Person is going to make a couple more appearances in Pawtucket. As it turns out, Robert working last night in Scranton Wilkes-Barre for the Paw Sox, and Pretty Little saying before the ball game today that they will use him out of the pen to get him used to that capacity, because that's likely what he'll be doing here in Boston when he comes. So a relief appearance on Friday, relief appearance on Sunday for the Paw Sox for Robert Person. In the air to left, Ramirez there, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, top of the 6th. 8 in a row retired by Derek Lowe, but it's Kansas City on top 2-1.
Done a little fanatic editing for you. We cut out some boring stuff and get to the good stuff.
Now back at Fenway, still 2-1 Kansas City as we go to the top of the 7th. RedSox.com has the broadest selection of items for the team you love. Shop RedSox.com, the official site of wearing your heart on your sleeve, cap, pullover, and lots more.
The Red Sox leaving them loaded in the 6th inning. Strikeouts of Kevin Millar and Shea Hillenbrand. The bases loaded by Kansas City pitching. And the Royals still with their 1-run lead intact. Coming to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Derek Lowe back out on the mound. 75 pitches deep into his outing tonight. Mike Sweeney's 0 for 1 with a walk. Lowe is now retired 8 Royals in a row and has only given up 2 hits to the Royals tonight. Red Sox out hitting Kansas City 5-2. Derek Lowe not getting the support tonight from the offensive end of things as he works here in the 7th inning. A lot of ground ball outs tonight for Derek, more along the lines and what we're accustomed to seeing with Lowe. Action in the Boston bullpen. It's Kevin Tolar, one of 2 lefties now in the Boston pen. As Alan Embry was activated and pitched last night. By all accounts, Alan doing fine today, bouncing back well after his first appearance fresh off the DL. To Sweeney. It's a full count now. Mike Sweeney, now 29 years of age, from Orange, California. Well, he gets the walk to begin things here in the top of the 7th inning. Only the second walk for Derek Lowe. Oddly enough, both have been given up to Mike Sweeney.
Sweeney, a guy that's had a pretty good success against Lowe. Certainly Derek knows that and trying to be very careful. Walks him a couple of times in this game. Sweeney's given a lot of problems to a lot of pitchers in this league.
Here's Raul Ibanez, 0 for 2 tonight. He grounded out to first in the 2nd inning, fly to center in the 4th. Ibanez in the big leagues with the Seattle Mariners before coming to Kansas City. Parts of 5 seasons with the Seattle Mariners, originally a 36th round pick by Seattle in '92. Came here to Kansas City in 2001. Signed as a minor league free agent at the time. Ibanez broke out last year in terms of home runs. 24 home runs and 103 RBIs. Certainly the most in both category that he has ever had at the major league level. Blossoming at 30 years of age. Well, falling behind. He walked the first hitter of the inning, and now behind Ibanez, 3-1. In the air to center field. Damian Jackson has a good look at it. And takes care of it for out number 1. Back to the bag at first goes Sweeney with 1 away.
Ibanez still does not have a hit in his career off Derek Lowe. Even on that 3-1 count, he got a fastball up, but the fly ball is center field. He's now 0 for 11 against Derek Lowe.
Here's Ken Harvey, who's 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out swinging in the 2nd, grounded into a double play in the 4th inning. Well, first takes off. Lowe still got the ball and fires to second. They got him. Mike Sweeney took off. Walker alert to the situation, cut over, and they were able to get him. There's another runner caught stealing by Lojak. Go to boston.com/Nesson. Register to win. 2 down.
What a great jump Sweeney had. Way too good a jump. He just was trying to time Derek Lowe, and he got way off that bag. Finally, Lowe just stepped off and was able to get Sweeney at second base. Almost too late. You can see Veritek get up to alert Lowe that to step off and make that throw. What a helpless feeling too as a base runner. You take off that early, you know you got it. Somebody's going to get you.
Harvey swats at the 1-0, fouling it off.
I hope that was not a hit and run play, because that should never happen on a hit and run. You just, you wait till the guy goes home and you go because you're banking on the contact. I'd be surprised if it was a straight out steal. Sweeney only has 1 in the season. But one of the better jumps of the year.
That was outstanding.
He almost got away with it.
There's no reason you stop there, right? When you try to go full board, you try to get into a situation.
Nah, just keep going. Hope the pitcher blocks or something.
Or throws wildly to second.
Where you gonna go? I mean, you can't, you're like more than halfway there. You're gonna stop and go back to first. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. A pickle situation in between first and second, run back and forth for a while.
Those pickles don't usually turn out very good for base runners.
The 1-2 to Harvey is down and away. Tolar has been joined by Ramiro Mendoza now in the bullpen. Tolar's been up a while. Mendoza up more recently. Just off the outside edge. Lowe was heading towards the Boston dugout.
I can't blame him either. Looked very close. That fastball that comes back toward the corner. From that angle, it looks like Pansino made the correct call.
Ball 4, and Lowe frustrated and down to first base goes Ken Harvey. Third walk given up by Derek, second of the inning, and will that be the last batter that Lowe faces? He's thrown 92 pitches tonight.
That just shows you how big that caught stealing was, because Derek having his problems walking a couple of guys in this inning, and then gets that break with the caught stealing. Now Relaford is a switch hitter. I think Grady anticipating the frustration from Lowe on that non-call of a strike, just out there to kind of give him a break and try to help him forget about it. Forget about it. Who said that? Some kind of movie, huh? Forget about it.
2 down. Here's Desi Relaford with the runner at first. Trying to figure out where that's from. Now you got me thinking about that. It was Joe Pesci. Probably in Goodfellas.
I love Joe Pesci.
I guess, yeah.
Him and De Niro together, that was great.
That was a great movie. Relaford doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. Well, not getting much help from the home plate umpire right now.
Back-to-back cut fastballs. The first one for a strike. The second one looked like the same pitch, but that time a ball.
Goes ahead 1-2. 95 pitches. The Royals with a runner at first, 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Boston scored the game's first run back in the 1st inning. They led 1-0. The Royals came back with 2 in the top of the 3rd and lead it 2-1 here in the 7th. The 1-2 got him. Second strikeout for Derek Lowe. Finishes the top of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time. Royals on top 2-1.
Later in the game.
Trot Nixon takes over in center field after he hit for Damian Jackson last inning. Here is Brent Maine to begin the inning. The Royals catcher up against the new Boston pitcher Ramiro Mendoza.
13th appearance for Mendoza. 1-0 on the season. That win coming in that game Sunday at Anaheim. 2 innings in that game, 1 hit. No runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for Mendoza.
Derek Lowe leaves after 7 innings tonight. Just 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 3. And Derek struck out 2. Derek throwing 96 pitches in his effort tonight. And win it, could lose it as Lowe departs this evening. Maine has a new bat in hand. And a count of 1-2. Outside of first and foul, still 1-2 to Maine. The Kansas City pitching, their bullpen has gotten it done each time with the bases loaded over the last 2 innings. The Red Sox leaving them loaded in the 6th and again in the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Millar and Hillenbrand struck out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Nomar popped out. And Maine fouls off another.
And Red Sox had a couple of chances at it with the bases loaded in the 7th. The ground ball to first base by Walker, and then of course the pop up by Nomar.
Darrell May still the pitcher of record for the Royals, as he went 5 2/3 innings tonight. The Kansas City starter, 5 hits, 1 run. walked 2 and struck out 6. The only run, the home run by Bill Miller back in the first inning. Maine wastes another. This grab in a luxury box, Jerry Renner.
And also by a youngster, so that's good to see.
By the mound towards Nomar. 1 away here in the top of the 8th.
Well, the Royals have not had a hit since back when they got the runs in the 3rd inning. A couple of doubles in that inning.
The only hits that Derek gave up over his 7 innings of work. He did walk 3, including 2 last inning. Angel Baroa, his 0 for 1's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. In fact, it was Kansas City's 2nd run, which is holding up right now as the lead run at this moment here in the top of the 8th. Baroa has hit safely in 11 of his first 13 games, but does not have a hit tonight. Waves at that pitch. Just off the outside edge that time, 1 and 2. So Mendoza on here with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Nobody warming in behind him in the bullpen. He and Kevin Tolar have been warming up together, but Tolar has since sat down. Check swing, looper foul off the right side. This has certainly been one of those frustrating nights for the Red Sox from an offensive standpoint. You can't really point to too many of these games where the Red Sox have not been able to come up with runs. That has not really been the problem so far this season. You can point to some performances from the pitching side that was not up to par. And that'll send the coaching staff for Kansas City sprawling.
Get up, Cumby.
Bob Schaefer.
Well, Cumby was laid out in the top step of that dugout.
Still pretty spry. The Maine native. Towards Mendoza, who sets and throws for out number 2. So Mendoza 2 ground ball outs here. And it's back up to the top of the order for Michael Tucker. Tucker 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. He doubled back in the 3rd inning. Tucker now 31 years of age. Second go around here with the Royals. First reached the big leagues with Kansas City in '95. Then 2 years in Atlanta. 3 seasons with the Cincinnati Reds. Half a season with the Cubs. Now back to Kansas City. Hillenbrand will take it alone. And it's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Ramiro Mendoza. On to the bottom of the 8th from Fenway. It's 2-1 Royals. Nice inning for Ramiro Mendoza. Sends down the Royals 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th. And the Red Sox come to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Manny Ramirez to lead it off. Ramirez, Millar, and Hillenbrand expected to face Albie Lopez here in the bottom of the 8th inning. On the ground, Baroa there to Sweeney for out number 1. 1 pitch and Ramirez disposed of here in the bottom of the 8th. Take a look at the numbers tonight. Bill Miller with the leadoff home run back in the first inning for Boston's only run. Tucker with an RBI double, and the Red Sox have left him loaded on 2 occasions tonight. Derek Lowe, 7 innings, giving up just 2 hits and 2 runs. All that action coming in the third. Darrell May, the pitcher of record, 5 2/3, 1 earned run. Here's Millar, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Kevin had the misfortune of striking out with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Reach the seats off the right side. 1-1 to Millar.
Yeah, that strikeout was against Darrell May, the last batter that he faced. Then Grimsley come in and got the strikeout on Shea Hillenbrand.
He's the only batter that Grimsley would face. Albie Lopez started last inning and got into a little bit of a mess, but got himself out of the mess unscathed. Millar lines it off the glove of Angel Baroa. Still finds its way into left field. After being impeded by Baroa, who almost came down with it.
Yeah, he did. Fortunately for Millar, that line drive was still going up instead of topspin and coming down. And it looked like when it hit off the glove, maybe it was going to bounce back in the hand of Baroa, but it was out toward the outfield. Timed the leap perfectly, just couldn't get up high enough.
Hillenbrand 0 for 3 tonight. Ground out, pop out, and a strikeout. He was hit twice last night by Kansas City pitching, once in the back and once in the left elbow. Tied for second now, and runs batted in behind Carlos Delgado, who has 28. Shea has added an extra wristband around that left elbow now for a little added protection. Fair ball down the line in left. Millar touches second. He'll be headed for third. Ibanez having some trouble. Coverage will stop him. And to second base with a double goes Shea Hillenbrand. 2 in scoring position with 1 down here in the last of the 8th.
That keeps a hitting streak alive now for Hillenbrand at 12 straight, but more importantly than that, puts the potential go-ahead run into scoring position right down that third base line. Took a long time for this ball to come out of the corner down here in left field, but Mike Covich, who at Fenway Park almost has to get into fair territory to see the ball, puts up the brakes. Now let's see, they're probably going to walk Damon. I would think here to load the bases, take their chances with Veritek. Try to get a double play. Yep.
You are correct. Veritek will be the next scheduled hitter once they get through the intentional walk.
And the question becomes, how many times tonight can they get out of a bases loaded situation?
You would think 3 would be the charm for the Red Sox. They've had 2 opportunities and not been able to convert on either one. It has been a very well-pitched ball game here tonight at Fenway Park. And they successfully complete the intentional walk. Action in the Kansas City bullpen, some stirring out there. Their closer, Mike McDougal, now in fact sit down. He's racked up 10 saves out of the game. The Red Sox have their closer warming in the bullpen, Brandon Lyon. Veritek 1 for 3, doubled in the second inning. The 247 career hitter in this same spot. All 1 to Veritek. The Royals, Jason has done his best work, including a 3-home run performance in Kansas City. Goes the opposite way to left, down the line towards the corner, bending foul. Not much room to find foul ground, but it does down that left field line. The second straight inning that Albie Lopez finds himself in this conundrum. He got out of it last time. The 1-1 to Veritek. 1-2. Big cut from Jason.
And now ahead of Veritek. Let's see if he goes for the punch out with the tries to get him to chase the high fastball.
Lowe at third, Hillenbrand at second, and Johnny Damon at first with one down here in the bottom of the eighth. The Red Sox have left them loaded in the sixth and the seventh. Trying to keep from doing that here in the eighth. In the dirt and gathered by Brent Maine. The 2-2. Got him. One up top, and Veritek strikes out. 2 down in the bottom of the eighth.
That's the pitch I expected before the previous one. He went down in the zone. Nice block by Maine, then back upstairs with the fastball to pick up the strikeout.
Trot Nixon pinch hit for Damian Jackson an inning ago and walked. So here he is again now in the bottom of the eighth inning. Breaking ball missing away. 5 grand slams for Trot Nixon in his career. Loaded again with 2 down. 1-1 now to Nixon.
Albie Lopez almost looks like he's more comfortable pitching with the bases loaded. Let's see. Let me load him up and then I go to work.
The Red Sox are 0 for 5 with the bases loaded tonight.
McGrady's changed spots. He's way down the other end of the dugout trying to change the luck.
Trying to get some good karma rolling from the end of the dugout. Can't stand to sit though. Lopez with the 1-1. Off speed, misses up top to Nixon.
I think Tony doesn't want to look.
He's looking through information. Lowe at third, Hillenbrand at second, Damon at first, 2 down. The 2-1. A strike to Nixon, 2-2. Trot did not agree.
Actually, when it crossed the plate, it looked like it did cross about knee high.
Lopez gets the sign from Brent Maine. And again, these two trying to get on the same page. Kind of a battle tonight as to what to throw. Lopez again shaking him off. Once, twice.
I sense a meeting. Yeah, it's another meeting.
He doesn't have that many pitches in his repertoire to shake him off 3 or 4 times.
It's a couple of times he's had something in mind that he just has not seen the sign from Maine.
Maine refuses to give in to him. Cumbie doesn't seem overly thrilled with the entire process. Now the 2-2 to Nixon. In the dirt, gets away from Maine. Here comes Millar, and we're all tied at 2.
Well, the pitch he decided on was the curveball, and Brent Maine can't block it to keep it in front of him. Here's the curveball. Maine down to the knees, but gets right under the glove. He did not get the glove on the ground, and that's going to cost the Royals. So the Red Sox finally break through with the bases loaded with the help of a wild pitch.
And here comes Tony Pena. In the middle of a count here with a full count. And perhaps trying to help these two get on the same page here to finish off or attempt to finish off Trot Nixon.
You know, Brent Maine did everything right on that with the exception of getting that glove on the ground. It's right underneath the glove and gives the Red Sox the tie.
These two are kind of bickering over what to throw. Whose side do you think Tony's going to fall on? Probably the catcher, I would guess.
Well, I guess after throwing down so many signals in his career, I would have to say he generally leans on the side of the catcher.
Now, that was as long as we have seen Tony Pena at the mound. An extended conversation with his pitcher. The go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Red Sox in Shea Hillenbrand. The 3-2 to Nixon, up and away.
The old fake was they're going to put you on, and then tried to throw him a strike, but couldn't throw a strike anyway.
And that's going to do it. So I'll be through one pitch. Tony making the move. So Lopez is headed off to the bullpen for the third time tonight. Goes Tony Pena. It's 2-2 now in the bottom of the 8th.
Welcome back. Here at Fenway, Dana Gagnon is celebrating his 9th birthday. He's our Citizens Bank, not your typical fan. You're here with all your friends, your family. What's been your favorite part of the game so far, Dana?
When Bill Miller hit the first home run of the game.
That was pretty good. Now, Dana is a big-time Red Sox fan. You even did a special project at school this year on a former player. Who was it? What'd you do?
I did a biography report on Carly Yastrzemski.
You also told me while we were sitting here that Jerry Remy, a former player, you're a big fan of Jerry Remy. What do you think about Jerry Remy on the Nesson games?
He's okay, but he talks a lot on TV.
Does he talk too much?
Yeah.
Wow, tough crowd. Happy birthday, Dana. Let's go back to you guys. Sorry, Jerry. Tough crowd down here.
Wow, TC, I happen to agree. 2 down. Down in the inning, and the pitcher is Mike McDougal. Come on, Jerry, talk. That's not Mike McDougal, it's Chris Wilson. McDougal had been up, and Wilson's now in.
6th appearance for Wilson. His last against Toronto. Pretty good numbers working out of that bullpen.
Miller waves at the first pitch. Albie Lopez responsible for the runners on. Red Sox with the bases loaded, 2 down. Little pop-up. Shallow right. Relaford going out to make the catch. Well, the Red Sox have tied the game. They get a single run here in the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 2 as we head to the 9th. Miro Mendoza returning to the mound here for the top of the 9th. Joe Randa is 0 for 3, and he lines this foul down to the boxes. And shows the umpire that he broke his bat. He'll get a new one.
Joe Randa right now with an 8-game hitting streak on the line. Drove in their second run with a ground ball to second base.
Kansas City pitching has to be very frustrating. They've got themselves out of some major jams.
Now, of all the trouble that they've been in to have a run score on a wild pitch.
Nearly getting out of the third straight inning in which the Red Sox had the bases loaded. And Boston, of course, leading them loaded in the 8th after Miller popped out to second base. So a total of 11 men left, including 9 over the last 3 innings. This set into left center field. And a leadoff hit for Joe Randa to begin things in the 9th.
One of the few sinkers Mendoza has thrown in this game that didn't sink. That ball just stayed up about belt high, and Joe Randa extends his hitting streak to 9 games now. Looks like a pinch runner at first base for Randa.
Carlos Fablis, who was the second baseman last night.
Carlos Fablis.
So a tie ball game here in the top of the 9th. And the Royals have the lead man on. There's Carlos Beltran, 0 for 3. Red Sox bullpen is quiet as Ramiro Mendoza starts the inning. Not showing bunt, swinging away and doing so with authority to left field. That's going to hit the wall. Fable is still running. He'll be stopped at third, and to second base with a wall ball double goes Carlos Beltran, and the Royals have the first 2 in scoring position in the 9th.
And again, one of those fastballs that didn't sink for Mendoza. That's 2 in a row now. The base hit by Randa. Now watch location of this fastball. That's also up in the zone and away, and Beltran takes it off the wall. So the Red Sox come back to tie it, now in immediate trouble.
Grady headed to the mound. Immediate action now in the Boston bullpen. Right hand and left hand. Looks like Embry's the left-hander. Right-hander Brandon Lyon had been up last inning. And that's going to do it for Ramiro Mendoza. There was literally no action when Grady started out there. Well, there's action now, and apparently Lyon had thrown enough last inning that he's all right to come in this inning.
Yeah, I think he was warmed up long enough, Don. All he had to do is make a couple of throws to get ready.
Well, a couple of quick tosses, and he's coming on in from Fenway. It's tied at 2. The Royals knocking on the door. A great 8th for Ramiro Mendoza. A tough beginning to the 9th. A single and then a double. Has 2 in scoring position with nobody out. And he hopes that Brandon Lyon can help him out.
Lyon making his 11th appearance. The record of 1-0. In 13 innings, he's allowed 10 hits and 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting .208. He worked yesterday against the Royals, an inning, allowing 1 hit, also had a strikeout.
First base is open. The infield in brought all the way around, and they will indeed pitch here to Mike Sweeney, who has walked twice tonight and grounded out.
And we were talking during the break, do you walk Sweeney to load the bases? Sweeney, one of the big RBI guys, obviously, on this team. They've elected to pitch to him and pull that infield in.
It's a piece, 1-1. The Red Sox had to go through a lot to tie the score at 2. The Royals threatening here with the game tied at 2 on the top of the 9th with 2 in scoring position and nobody up. That's ahead of Sweeney, 1-2. Leading the Royals in that category with runners in scoring position is Mike Sweeney. As Veritek visits Brandon Lyon. The left-hander Alan Embry continues to warm in the Boston bullpen as Lyon now works here in the top of the 9th. Two and 2 to Sweeney. Fabulous at third, Beltran at second. And the 2-2. The hands out of the way and takes ball 3. The full count here, first base open. And waiting on deck, Raul Ibanez, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Got a .341 hitter coming into the game tonight. Strike 3 and a very big out. Well, he kicked the bat a little bit. And Poncino looking in his general direction, not pleased with that little show. And Sweeney, any more comments from him after the show-up job, may see the showers soon. Cleaning out quickly.
Now, Poncino not happy about the way the bat was dropped at home plate. And then as Sweeney went back, they exchanged pleasantries. See if they walk Ibanez. Here's the pitch. And certainly questionable. Left-hander up Ibanez. They'll walk him. They got the right-hander on deck.
Well, the strikeout certainly helps matters here with first base still vacant and a big out, especially that guy.
Well, I don't think you can blame Sweeney for being upset at that.
No. And a good break for the Red Sox here. Going to pick your poison with Sweeney or Ibanez coming into this situation, but with Sweeney striking out, you can now walk Ibanez and take your chances with the rookie Ken Harvey.
Now, what would have happened if Sweeney would have walked? They would have brought in Embry to face the left-hander Ibanez. With first base open, they just go ahead and walk Ibanez, set up the possible double play, and leave who is now their closer Lions in the game.
Struck out in the second inning, grounded into a double play in the fourth, walked in the seventh inning. There's 3 chances in his young career with the bases loaded, has 1 hit. Waves at the first one. Suey and Baldelli, one of the other rookies ahead of him. He's an inside that time and misses. And at the corners, still a double play depth in the middle. As a double play would get the Red Sox out of the inning unscathed. To center field, that'll fall. Fabulous will score. Carlos Beltran coming around. Nixon's throw coming homeward, but it's cut off, and the Royals get a pair. So the rookie Ken Harvey comes up big and drives in 2 to put the Royals on top 4-2.
Well, you got to give credit to Harvey here. He had a terrible swing on that first pitch. Looked like he was trying to pull it. Now on this fastball, looks like he's just trying to make contact. Inside out swing, drops it into center field for the base hit. So the Red Sox have had trouble all night with the bases loaded. The Royals capitalize and take a 2-run lead in this game. Never know about a squeeze possibility either here with 1 out and Relaford at the plate.
Relaford doubled and scored back in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3 tonight. Infield in all the way around. Now trying to preserve the 2-run deficit with the Royals on top 4-2. The runs to be charged to Ramiro Mendoza, who in an inning plus gives up 2 hits and 2 runs. Not walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. and is on the hook right now. Looking ahead to the top of the ninth, Todd Walker, Nomar Garciaparra, and Manny Ramirez, the expected hitters. So you're headed into the meat of the order for the Red Sox. And now their big, tall right-hander, that's probably Mike McDougall, who had been up last inning, is up again. And it is the Royals closer. Is out and lifts it in the air down the left field line. Manny Ramirez moves over and takes care of out number 2. Banya's bluffed, but doesn't go. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
The catcher, number 2.
Now with 2 outs, the Red Sox infield has to be alert for the possibility of a double steal.
And with Maine coming up on the left side, ready headed to the mound with the left-hander Alan Embry ready in the bullpen. So Brandon Lyon will be coming out of the game. Alan Embry will be coming in. Brandon Lyon ends up going 2/3 of an inning. He allowed a couple of inherited runners to score. Still responsible for 2 of the runners that are on for Kansas City. 2 outs in the inning, and the Red Sox bring on for the 2nd straight night Alan Embry.
Last night, his first appearance since coming off the disabled list with the shoulder problem. He worked an inning last night in that game. No hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts for Embry.
Brent Maine 0 for 3 tonight. The Royals catchers grounded out on 3 occasions. Runners at the corners, 2 down. In the air to center field, Nixon coming on, and Trout will make the catch to end the inning. So Embry has to throw only 1 pitch, but the damage is done. The Royals come up with 2 in the top of the ninth. On to the bottom of the ninth, 4-2 Royals.
Back at Fenway, the Red Sox have some work to do in the bottom of the ninth. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox.
A couple defensive changes. Jesse Relaford moves from 2nd to 3rd. And into pinch run in the top half of this inning. Carlos Fabulous now the 2nd baseman. And the new pitcher with 10 saves under his belt, Mike McDougall.
Now those 10 saves lead the American League. Ugi Urbina is 2nd with 8. McDougall, quite a story. Just a couple of years, had a fractured skull. Was hit by a bat in the dugout. At the Florida Carlos Beltran's hands, and scary incident. Battled his way back, and here he is closing out games and looking to tie a Kansas City record. 11 saves in the month is the record shared by Quisenberry and Montgomery.
Last time out was his first blown save of the season at Toronto after 10 out of 10. First pitch, strike 2, Todd Walker. 94 miles per hour from the tall, lanky right-hander. The record in a month for the Royals, all-time 11 saves in a single month. Dan Quisenberry, the late Dan Quisenberry, did it back in 1980. Jeff Montgomery also did it in 1992. Looking away to Todd Walker, 2-1. Originally a first-round pick, 25th overall in 1999. Mike McDougall chopped and threw the right side into right field. So the Red Sox, who needed a base runner, have one, and they'll bring the potential tying run to the plate in the person of Nomar Garciaparra.
Well, we'll see how McDougall bounces back. You mentioned, Donnie, had that tough outing, and the last one is really only tough one of the year.
was 10 out of 10 prior to the blown save last time, but that taste still very much in his mouth here as he deals with the heart of the Boston order. Nomar Garciaparra 2 for 4 tonight. The slinging action from him. 96 that time on the gun.
Well, they say sometimes this year he's gone up to around 99 miles an hour at times.
Look out. Up by Nomar's helmet, gets very much away, and his second base goes Walker. It's one thing when you throw 95 miles per hour, but when it's up by your head, Nomar very fortunate to get back out of the way.
He also has a tendency to be wild.
That's not a good thing. Wow.
Just missed the top of Garciaparra's helmet.
I would imagine that would have a tendency to shake you up a little bit if you're in the batter's box. John Cumberland, the pitching coach, out to talk to Mike McDougall. Taking again and is ahead 3-0. First base is open, and on deck waits Manny Ramirez. Boston down by 2 in the ninth. And there's a strike.
He didn't take much off there to get a strike either. That was 94.
Yet to swing in the at-bat. Now he has, and he fouls it off Brent Maine. Mike McDougall is the 5th Kansas City pitcher tonight. The 3-2. Hits Nomar, and that had to hurt at 94. Nomar looking out at his direction will make his way down to first base. Wow.
Now it looks like it got him flush on the elbow.
Sounded it. Williams talking with him as Nomar standing off the bag for the moment. And the potential winning run stepping up in Manny Ramirez. 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. The one part of single in the 6th inning. Takes strike 1.
I say, Don, how'd you like to be the next right-handed hitter to walk in there? One zips over Nomar's head, and then in a 3-2 pitch, he hits him in the elbow.
This is power against power right here. The 0-1-2 Ramirez. To right center field. That ball falling fast in for a hit. Walker's going to be sent around by coverage. Here he comes, and the Red Sox back within a run. It's 4-3. Ramirez drives it in.
Well, that'll tell you a little bit about what kind of hitter Ramirez is. Now, you just watch a guy wild all over the place. Ramirez steps in, no problem. Drives that fastball. Very cautious play by Michael Tucker out here in right field. I thought for a second he was going to be able to get to that ball. Instead, he goes sideways and just knocks it down. Walker comes in with the 3rd run. Red Sox trail it by 1.
That indecision almost cost him as it kind of half-hopped him. And runners are at the corners now. The potential tying run 90 feet away. And Nomar with Ramirez at first representing the winning run, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Kevin Millar.
It's like Tony wants the infield all the way in.
Trying to get their attention. Bayless at second base, not looking in his direction.
No, I think he's got him. I think he's just deacon.
Millar pops it up foul. Maine coming back. A chance, but not this time. 2 rows out of his reach. Millar 1 for 4 tonight. 2 strikeouts. He singled and scored an inning ago.
Tony's still trying to get together with the second baseman and shortstop.
Look at him now. What is he doing now? He's coming all the way out of the dugout. Fired up to get his attention.
Well, that sign that Pena's given usually is the halfway. You know, you play it just in from double play depth. So it's an option that the infielder has to make, and it's never an easy decision.
Lowe sends it to right field. Tucker moving in. Should be deep enough. Here comes Nomar. The throw on the way to the plate. Not in time. We're tied at 4. Sac fly Kevin Millar. We're all tied at 4.
All those signs the middle infield didn't mean anything because Millar gets it in the air. Man on third base. Situational hitting. Breaking ball gets it in the air, and the Red Sox tie the ball game.
Potential winning run still at first base in Ramirez with now 1 out. And here is Hillenbrand. Look out, and Shea gets hit for the 3rd time in 2 nights. 95 miles per hour that time. And the winning run potentially in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, he had the disaster last time out, and he has not bounced back. I mean, apparently still affected him. He said 2 guys in this inning. And here comes Pena out to the mound.
And Jim Rowe, the trainer, is out to check on Shea Hillenbrand.
And Hillenbrand's lucky he's in the lineup tonight after getting drilled last night in the same spot.
Same spot. How about that? They worked on him last night. They worked on him again today just to get him into the game. The treatments, and it hits him in the same spot, 95 miles per hour. What are the odds? And we're going to have a pitching change as Pena will go to the bullpen. McDougal is gone. The Red Sox probably not too upset to see him go. We're tied at 4. Pitching change at Fenway, now tied at 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox fans, do you want access to exclusive seats at Fenway? Join SmartFan today and start purchasing tickets from Red Sox season ticket holders. To join, go to www.smartfan.net. Well, the wild Mike McDougal, who racked up 10 saves right out of the gate this season, blew his last one, and has left here with runners at first and second and 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, allowing 2, hitting 2, and he turns things over to DJ Carrasco.
His 9th appearance. He also worked in the game last night. An inning allowed 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a hit batter, a strikeout, and a wild pitch.
Well, Johnny Damon did not start this game, but came on in the 8th to run, and that's here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-1. Manny Ramirez represents the winning run at second base with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Damon pops it up. Maine and Sweeney converge. Maine, a little bit of obstacle and can't make the catch. He had to kind of hop up over a few leftover bats in the on-deck circle and cannot make the catch, and Damon's still alive.
Yeah, plus the breeze blowing out towards center field. It took the ball from right at the edge of the stands back to the field of play, and that's when Maine has to start dancing over all that stuff on the on-deck circle. I think you just misjudged, really, where that ball was going to come down.
the pitch to Damon. Down and in. Outfield straight away for Damon. Carrasco with the 1-1. Inside, and did Damon get hit? Yes, he did. This will load him. The third hit batsman of the inning. And now the winning run just 90 feet away with 1 out.
This is unbelievable. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen 3 guys hit an inning.
I don't think I ever have. Back to back, in fact.
What are they doing? Warning them? Looks like the home plate umpire is warning both teams. I mean, none of these were intentional.
Here comes Grady Little to maybe dispute that.
Well, I mean, this is kind of foolish because is Carrasco trying to hit him with a breaking ball with
No.
2 men on? I mean, come on. And I don't think any member of the Red Sox would be responding to any of these guys that have been hitting this inning. I don't think any of them have been intentional. Not in this situation.
Google's just wild.
Absolutely. And real wild.
He's very wild. And now if, say we go into extra innings and the Red Sox come back with one that's close,
somebody's thrown out of the game.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if you're ever going to be hit by a pitch, this is the time you probably like to be.
I don't think this is a time I'd ever like to be. 1 out, the base is loaded. Manny Ramirez stands at third representing the winning run. The Red Sox have come up with 2 in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 4, and here's Jason Varitek. Fly ball somewhere deep enough wins it for Boston. Rounded right side. Sweeney can't get it. In from third comes Manny. The Red Sox win it 5-4. In a night of frustrations, the Red Sox come back with 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning and beat the Royals.
Bases loaded. It seemed like all night for the Red Sox. A little bound to Sweeney that's just going to bounce right out of his glove. Sweeney's play was to home plate. Never got the ball in the glove. And the Red Sox, in one of the wackiest 9th innings you'll ever see, come out of here with a win. Manny Ramirez with the winning run coming across home plate. And that is the Foxwoods' chance play of the game.
Well, a remarkable comeback as the Red Sox sent 7 men to the plate in the 9th and scored 3 times, including the game winner. Alan Embry, in his second appearance since coming back from the DL, the winner. McDougal takes the loss, his 2nd straight. For Jerry Remy, this is Don Orsillo saying so long. Now it's time.
You may have just witnessed the end of Mike McDougal's Cinderella season as the Royals closer. With 3 hit batsmen and 2 hits, his 9th inning pitches hit everything but the catcher's mitt. It was just another late inning comeback for the Sox in a season full of them. And we're full of it right here each week on NESN. That didn't really sound right, did it? But either way, we'll see you next time on Fan Addict.